I've been doing automotive content creation for the past year now, and in this video I'm going to show you guys what helped me along the way, and I'm also going to share some tips and tricks to help you as well. About 2 years ago, that's when I decided to take the plunge and buy a proper camera. Before that, I was just scrolling on Instagram that all the other content creators have put out there. When I picked up that camera, the first thing I'd done was head on straight onto YouTube, because YouTube is just like a university of any information that you need. You can find it on there. If there was literally any settings that confused me on the camera, I'd just head onto YouTube and search whatever problem I had, and there was always a video fixing the problem. And that is one big thing I do want to just mention. YouTube is easily the biggest tool that helped me in my career. I literally don't have any photography or videography qualifications. Everything you see on, whether it's on my Instagram, TikTok, it's pictures or videos, I've learned that all just from YouTube. And it's videos like this that helped me. And in this video, I kind of just want to condense everything to try and help you. So, going back to the car meets, the biggest breakthrough that I had when first starting was I was at Cafe in a Machine, and I saw this nice BM parked up. It was on air, and I decided to take a couple of pictures of it. Nothing crazy. The car was just parked up. The owner, I'm guessing, was inside. And so I took some pictures of it. I edited them. I then sent them into this Facebook group. It was like a Cafe in a Machine spotted Facebook group. I put the pictures in there, and long story short, the pictures ended up going to the owner. And from that, we got talking. Bearing in mind, this was my first interaction with a car owner. And again, long story short, we basically went out on a private shoot. This was my first private shoot. Now, the reason why I'm mentioning this is just simply because you just never know what is around the corner. And you've also got to create your own luck. Some may say that was lucky, but if I didn't put in the effort to turn up and take some pictures and edit them pictures, then that opportunity may not have come about. So I believe that is another big tip for yourself, is consistency is key. If you don't turn up to car shows, if you don't turn up to meets, if you don't put in the effort to edit some photos, to send them out, then how can you expect anyone to find you? Especially starting off, you don't have to have the best equipment or the best lens. You just need some, I would say, guidance on how to make your photos look. Whether that be you're scrolling through Instagram and you see your favorite creator, I wouldn't say copy them, but definitely use their style of editing as a guideline for yourself, especially when you're learning. And when it comes to the editing side of things, it's so easy to slide them sliders way too high and things just look a bit, yeah. But if you've got like a reference image, that definitely does help. And again, I'm not saying copy them, but definitely have a reference. Now, not all shoots will go to plan. In my experience, some shoots have been completely wasted in terms of the content, but it's not completely wasted in terms of the experience and the learning lessons I gained from it. And in the long run, those failures will help you to be better. Now, you may be wondering why I even started doing this. And to be completely honest, I just thought it was cool. I just thought, how cool is it taking some pictures, taking some videos of some nice cars, and I wanted to do it. And I know it's a saturated market out there, but with consistency, anyone can do it. I don't believe myself to be anything special, but I will commend myself on turning up and putting in the effort. So moving on from that, another tip that I would give you is to make an Instagram and to treat that Instagram as your business card. So maybe fast forward a few months and you've gotten used to your camera, you've gotten used to some of the settings and what they do, and you're a bit more confident in the edit. Now you can maybe start talking to car owners at these car meets, and when you get talking to them, you can show them the pictures that you've taken on the back of your camera, and if they look interested, you then can just give them your Instagram, and that's your business card, like I said. When someone lands on your Instagram, whether that's from the search tab, whether you've told them about your Instagram, or wherever, first impressions do count, in my opinion. Make sure that you've got a nice and clean layout on your Instagram. You know, your Instagram handles relatively clean. And another tip that I think that is a little bit slept on is the first picture in like a set of pictures on a post. I would definitely keep the first picture as like the full car, whether that's the side profile, front profile, rear shot. Just make sure that the first picture isn't like a wheel shot, for example. Just so if you can imagine it, you're scrolling down your feed, it just looks pleasing to the eye when you can see the full car. If you got this far into the video, please make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Now, I'm also an introverted guy, maybe like yourself, and especially doing this right now, it's tough. And just like yourself, you may be uncomfortable getting the camera out, talking to owners, and I totally get it. But I would advise, if you do have a spark of confidence, just go for it. Because once you do it the first time, the second and the third should just come naturally. When I first started doing video for my car stuff, because I started on photos, but when I started doing video and I had the camera on at this big gimbal, I used to be super nervous about doing that in public, whacking out the big gimbal. You know, everyone's looking at me thinking like, what's this guy doing? But now it comes natural to me. So I like to just remind myself of that example, like times like now where it's possible to get over that fear of judgment. And the best thing to do, and I know it sounds hard, but it's to just do it. So back to the story time now. A few months have gone by. In them few months, I've decided to upgrade the camera, upgrade the lens. And one thing that I can give you is, for me, I changed lenses, I would say a fair few times. And if I could just go back, I would pretty much just buy a 24-70 and keep that on my camera for the foreseeable. I used to have a 35-150 by Tamron, and the cons, it was a bit heavy, and on the wide end, with it being 35mm, it just wasn't wide enough. And that's when I decided to buy a 24-70. So if I was in your shoes, or if I had to start all over again from nothing, I would just buy a 24-70 and expand from there. On the topic of camera bodies, I've always been a Sony guy. Apart from the first camera, I've never shot on Canon. When it comes to photography, I believe pretty much all the Sony bodies are good. It's just when it comes to video, that's when I'll probably start looking at a higher priced body. I would say actually changing the body and the lens for myself was actually quite a pivotal point in my journey. I feel when I upgraded something, the editing process became quite easier, and therefore confidence went higher, and I just think it helps just in the long run. Now in this time, I've continuously went to these car meets, I've continuously spoke to car owners, I've sent car owners their pictures over Instagram, and again, I just want to reiterate, this is the consistency that I've shown, and if you want to make a career out of it, just do what I've been doing, stay consistent and show car owners your worth. Now if there's ever a time in your path or your career that you ever feel like you're not getting enough recognition for yourself, just remind yourself why you started. Just remind yourself that you're doing what you love and the consistency will pay off. Granted, there's gonna have to be a bit of luck involved, but like I said at the start of the video, without effort and consistency, luck doesn't exist. Now, if possible, try and get cars like in a private shoot or in a private setting, and that may be for free, but private shoots are going to be your best friend. Going back to the tip that I gave earlier, that Instagram is your business card, having cars in different settings just looks so much nicer compared to cars being at a car show. And that also comes with other bonuses, that you're talking to car owners in DMs. You're talking to these car owners one-to-one, you're connecting with other people, and all of this just helps. Another big tip that I can give you is, I think we all know it by now, that Reels are king on Instagram and TikTok. If possible and your camera doesn't allow good video, I definitely would be taking some videos on your phone and just making like just a short little reel. It's extra engagement and it's extra content for yourself. Now these reels don't have to be film-like reels. They can just be simple close-up details of a car, wide shots of a car, and call it that. Beat matched to the music, but that's pretty much it. And another thing that is slept on quite a bit that I think is you can make high quality reels straight from your phone, and something is always better than nothing. So now moving along into the story, a few more months have gone by now, and throughout this whole time I've been doing what I've been explaining in this video. And the biggest pivotal point for myself was I was doing my full-time job before this. I was a delivery driver and I was delivering in this industrial estate. And with the confidence that I gained from, again, doing everything that I've spoke about in this video, I saw that they had some pretty nice cars. So I decided to message them. So long story short, they were actually looking for someone to do their social media. So I went for an interview, got the job, and here we are. I've been doing this job now for the past year and I love it. I've been to Goodwood, Gravity, doing all the media, meeting tons of new people, tons of new car owners, even tons of content creators that I aspire to. But it all just leads down to the biggest point that I can give. Just never give up. Stay consistent with your work. If there's anything you need to learn, or if there's any questions that you've got about your camera, editing, anything like that, YouTube is your biggest friend. And that's pretty much it. That's my video on tips and tricks on how to get more established in the game. If you liked this video, let me know down below. If there's any questions, feel free to drop it in the comments. Drop a like, and as always, subscribe if you could. That would be greatly appreciated. See you on the next one.